Who needs a fucking intro tune anyway, man? Listen to that. That's ASMR horniness. That's horniness locked up in a bottle, man. You lucky bastards. Anyway, Kojima crack, everybody. How you getting on? Welcome back to episode number 125, I think, of the Inline G Flute podcast with me, your host, motherfucking Inline G. I am sorry that there's no more intro music. There is more music coming back. Kneecap, whose dulcet tones opened up this podcast every single fucking week for the last year. They have changed the rights for their music, and I can no longer use it in any episodes going out in France, Ireland, the UK, or Germany. The four countries that matter most to me. You can still get it in the States, but fuck you guys. You can do anything in the States. Jesus Christ. It's like the Wild West out there at the minute. So, there is a solution coming for the intro music, I promise. I'm working with a DJ right now in Donegal. Lovely Donegal in the northwest of Ireland. We're getting something sorted. Next week, I think we'll have the new intro tune. It's going to be fucking belter. I'm actually looking forward to it. But until then, you just have to deal with my dulcet tones. Or I could start every week with a little bit of ASMR with my gin and tonic. Or gin and tonic, who am I for them? My gin and diet lemonade. Because here, I'm watching my figure. Nobody else does. Man, lads, I miss this, by the way. I love what this podcast has become, but I miss the old days where it was just so small. There was like 3 of you guys watching and listening, and it was just me getting fucking blind drunk every Friday, recording an episode, talking out my hole, and just sticking it out on the internet. But that's what we're doing this week because, as usual, I'm so fucking unprepared at the minute. My life is a whirlwind. Everything's happening at the minute. I haven't even told you all the things that's going on in my life. But anyway, we will. But for today, we're doing an old school episode. So if this is your first episode of the Inline G podcast, I'm so sorry. Maybe consider going back and checking out an earlier episode because this is not for you. Okay? You are balls deep here. You're too far in. You're through the looking glass at this point. This is Inline G core. You need to go back and just get a bit of diet. Inline G 0. I can't believe it's not Inline G. Go check out some nice, gentle episodes before you come in here because this is chaotic for the best of people. Also, I should be saying, because this came up a couple of times recently, if you're under the age of 16 years old, you should not be listening to this podcast. The reason I do not put a warning on it is because I cannot afford to be demonetized. So, we're using our best judgment here. If you're under 16, turn the fucking thing off and go watch a cartoon. Who do you think you are? All right, go to bed. It's bedtime, okay? Go. That also applies to, as I found out, half of my 43 students here in Germany have secretly been listening to this podcast and not told me a fucking thing. And you're all far too young. And you can't understand what I'm saying anyway. But you can't kind of English. Also, get off. But anyway, lads, we are back to an Inline G core episode because I've had 2 gin and tonics. Diet lemonades, and I'm flying. And honestly, I'm running on pure fucking fumes. I am exhausted. I am fucking delirious after the day I've had. I'm seeing things here, boys. I'm all over the fucking place. I'm floating on air. So I do this once a year, twice a year. I reach out to you guys for your questions. You can ask me anything the fuck you want, and I will answer it honestly. And I swear to God, I will never censor a question. Now, when you see podcasters do this kind of thing, they do check the answers before. They go and check out what they're going to say. A couple of bullet points, a couple of ideas. I did that last time. Haven't done that this time, lads. Haven't done fuck all. Why? Couldn't be hold. Could not be fucked doing it. So we are raw dogging this episode. As I read these questions out, haven't even read them yet. Screenshotted them, sent them across. They're ready to go. Oh, I love this. This is great. No more scripts. No more guests. Just me and you. Me and a microphone talking out my hole. This is lovely. I hope you're enjoying this, lads. Go pour yourselves a drink. Where you go? Pause the podcast. Where you go? It's Friday night, probably. Pause the podcast. Go get yourself a fucking gin and tonic and sit with me. Enjoy it with me. Here. Sláinte to your health. So we're on Facebook and Instagram for questions. I got a load of them. Let's see how far we can get through them. Question number 1. What is your favorite... Oh, sorry. I should do the voice. Dear Inline G, what is your favorite variety of pasta? They didn't say Dear Inline G, but I like to imagine they did. Favorite variety of pasta? Easy peasy. Spaghetti. I know it's basic, bitch. Man, I know that. I've tried all your fancy pastas. I've tried your spaghettinis and your bucatinis and your palo maldinis. Shite. Spaghetti is the undisputed king of pasta. I will die on that fucking hill. And you know what can go fuck itself? Bow tie pasta. What's it called? Farfalle and fusilli. Go fuck themselves. Penne as well. Man, Penne is the missionary of fucking pasta. It is the Taylor Swift iced matcha latte missionary sex of the pasta world. It's shite. Get off it. Spaghetti. Spice up a little bit. Or do you know that? You know, like fucking fat spaghettis with a hole down the middle? Oh, lovely. I'm glad we got a flute question in. Nice. Okay, question number 2. What is your controversial... Man, why do you do this to me? What is your controversial flute pedagogy take? Oh, boys, there. You don't want to hear that. You just want me to say something controversial. I'm not going to do it for the sake of doing it. Do you know what? I have been teaching for 16 years. I started when I was 16. I'm 32 now. I know it's hard to believe, but this is what a young man looks like in the north of Ireland. And I've had hundreds of students over that time of various levels to varying degrees. And I've studied with some pretty good flute players myself. And I've really thought about pedagogy in a very serious way. And I'm always trying to look at how I can be the best teacher I can be. And there's one thing I've learned. Maybe two. The first thing is you don't need to play the flute that much in your lessons. Okay? Now, that sounds strange. You're not going to flute lessons to learn the flute. If you wanted to learn the flute, you just need a bit of critical thinking and access to the internet, and you'd be fucking fine. There are videos of all the great masters throughout their entire careers. There are people on other instruments. There are masterclasses galore from all the top musicians in the world. If you can think of something, it's out there on the internet somewhere being covered. You don't need me to tell you that. You don't need your teacher to tell you that. Because whoever your teacher is, they're not as good as that collective information. If you could go and analyze that with critical thinking, you'd be fucking amazing. You don't need lessons for that. You're not learning the flute. The role of a teacher is to provide the best atmosphere possible to get inspired to go and create. People forget that. That's my controversial take. A lot of flute teachers forget that your job is to inspire. You're getting money for this, by the way. And let's be totally fucking honest here. As a flute teacher, and a lot of you out there are flute teachers or music teachers in general, it's a piss easy job. All right? I know we love to go like, yeah, it's years of training and that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for the 30 minutes, you're paying for years of training and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's piss easy. We rock up, we talk to a couple of people, you play the flute. There are much harder jobs. I've done much harder jobs than teaching flute. Of all the shitty jobs I've done in my life, teaching flute's the best. It's the lowest effort, biggest reward in terms of effort. It's not a hard job. Your role when you're there is to just not be a miserable fucker and be inspiring to your students. Make sure your students walk out of every lesson going, yeah, I'm going to go practice. That's the fucking key, man. That was what changed my life in Paris, was when I went to Magali for lessons. I didn't learn, there's not much in my, I actually think I can't remember anything that I learned from Magali in terms of actual hardcore playing that she taught me. That she said, do this, and I did it, and I learned it. Most of my things from Magali are just inspiration. I remember leaving a lesson once and I had such a shitty day, and I'd left the lesson with Magali at her flat, and I was on the phone to someone, and they were like, how was your lesson? I was like, man, if you imagine taking a syringe filled with inspiration and desire to practice and energy and creative energy and just shove it right in my fucking arm, that's what going to a lesson with her was like. I walked out so inspired. And we talked about all kinds of stupid shit, but the way she spoke and the way she was so passionate and energetic about music and made it appealable, not in a wanky, like, I'm better than you kind of way. In a, look at this, isn't this class? Let's play this together. Inspired me so much. So that's my big flute pedagogy take. You don't have to play the flute that much. The other one is, you don't have to be a wanker. If you shout at your students at any point in your lesson, you're a bad teacher. Bottom line. The studies have been done. We know people learn better under positive environments and positive influence. Positive emotion dictates success. We've seen this in sport. Okay, sports psychology is way ahead of what we are in music. And we've seen this. The studies are done. If you're being a dick to your students, you're just a dick. And you haven't got control over your emotions. Which, surprise, surprise, in the classical music world, quite common. How to manage going on stage. I'm performing for the first time. I'm doing a talk on stage next week. Okay, great question. Now, I could talk about this till the birds come home. Birds come home? Birds don't come home, do they? The cows go home? Fuck. I could talk about this all day, in any case. But, here, do you want really fucking quick, applicable results? Next week, when you're going to your talk, or if you're doing a performance, this is for any of you, right? Let's say you're staying there the night before in a hotel room, and you want to leave the next day, okay? I want you to plan out, first of all, have a plan for every single second of your day. That doesn't mean structuring your day as in you have to jump from thing to thing. You have to go to breakfast, and then to this, and then to that. You can have free time, but have things planned for when you have unexpected free time. So you go, I've got 3 minutes. Great. 3 minutes. I'm going to do this. I've got my book. I've got my this. I've got my that. Do not let yourself have any time that isn't planned. It's a sense of control, essentially, what these fears are. My big one is power posing. Go look it up. Power posing, sorry. Using my English accent there. Power posing, go look it up. Brilliant thing to do. In the toilets. Lads, I do it in the toilets. When I have like 2 minutes to spare on a big day for performing or gigging or auditions, I go to the toilets, lock the cubicle, stick on a bit of fucking kneecap and do power posing for 2 minutes. It sounds like a sexual thing. It's not. All right. It's just putting your arms up in the air. I'm not going to do it now because I've got sweat patches underneath because I'm fucking hoofing. These kind of things fill up your day. So that's number one. Schedule everything or possibilities for every possibility. So have something to do when you have nothing to do. So important because that's where you start ruminating and that's where you start thinking too much. So fuck that. Have something ready. Not your phone. Phones don't count. Okay? Something productive. Power posing. Do that. Or deep breathing. Have a breathing or meditation app on your phone for those couple of minutes where you're not free. Don't feel like a dick for disappearing and putting your headphones in for a few minutes. That's for the day of it. Also, beforehand, if you're staying in a hotel the night before, go and look up pictures of your hotel room. Go and see what it looks like. Start to get familiar with it. Be comfortable. More importantly, go and check out the venue that you're going to be talking at or performing at beforehand. If you can't go physically, great day on the internet. Go onto Google Maps. Fucking honestly, do your walk from your hotel room to your venue through Google Maps. If you're going to be taking the train, go look at pictures of the train. It takes you like an hour. It's actually kind of fun. Get a visual representation of everything you're going to be doing and every single corner you're going to be going to that day. That way you will not be surprised by anything and you're taking control. That will comfort you so much. Do those two things, you'll be on your way fairly. Now, if you're talking about the actual moment when you get on stage and you're still shitting yourself and you're still losing it, it is such a fucking cliche. Breathing will do wonders. Slowing down the breathing, especially the exhalation, practice this beforehand. In and out, try to get your breathing cycles down to like 6 a minute. So in and out 6 times per minute. So once every 10 seconds. Get used to that. Once you do that, as you breathe out, you can feel your heart rate drop. The heart rate drops, the adrenaline drops, the shakes stop, everything goes out. That's all it is. That's my 3 big tips for it. Do those 3 things, I guarantee you'll be fucking flying. It's not as hard as you think. Next question. For fuck's sake, does the carpet match the drapes, sweetheart? Yes, both bald. How do you make yourself more well known as a flute player? Do you know, this question I've been thinking about. Sorry about the last one. This question I've been thinking about all fucking day. How do you make yourself more well known as a flute player? Now, the person went on in a private message to me to explain that I think they're in their last year of their bachelor degree at a pretty prestigious music college. And from what I understand, the gist of the problem was they're going for orchestras or they're going for ensembles or they're going for solo gigs or blah, blah, blah. And there's just a lot of flute players about who are probably as good as they are. And it's an oversaturated market. How do you make yourself more well known? And that really got me. I started thinking, why would you want to be well known? And as a man who wants to be well known, it made me think a lot about myself. I'm going to be talking about this, by the way, tomorrow. I should plug this tomorrow. Flute Nerd Lab, come and join. Fuck's sake. It's a live stream. I'm going to be doing a workshop on confidence. It's going to be class. Starts at 6 p.m. British time, 7 p.m. European time. Fuck knows what that is in America. Come and join. It's free. You can sign up for the membership for free. 7-day free trial. No credit card or any of that weird shit. Come and watch it. Come and join. It'd be great to have you. I want a bit of support as well. But I'm going to be talking about this. And it got me thinking so much about why do you want to be more well known? Why do I want to be more well known? And what does it mean? Okay. How do you become more well known? I'm going to use myself as an example here because over the last year and a half, my career has skyrocketed to what it was before. It was fuck all before. I studied at really great colleges. Corona hit. I had no desire anymore. And suddenly everything was fucking dead. And now I'm gigging regularly. I've got chamber ensembles. I've got orchestral work. And I'm teaching 43 students. I've got the biggest flute podcast in the world. It's not mega successful by my old metrics, but by my current metrics, it's fucking great. How did it happen? I really believe, I push a lot of my students away from looking for a career in music. At the current financial world and the state of the fucking world, I don't think it's a great career and I wouldn't recommend it. Go and do something better. Be happy with your life. But if you absolutely have to do music, then welcome to the club. You're one of us now. The old traditional route of do your degree, go out, apply for orchestras, get a job is dead. And that is a myth. And it's been a myth since I left my bachelor degree fucking 10 years ago. It's a myth. It doesn't exist anymore. People do not do that. If I think of all the people I went to music college with at Royal Welsh, most of them are out of music. None of them are playing professionally with an orchestra. None in my woodwind section. Zero. That's a disgrace for a major music college because that's what they pushed us towards. That's what they said. Oh, you're being trained to play in an orchestra or to be a soloist or to make a good career as a chamber musician. Nobody's doing it. Okay, maybe aside me, I'm the closest one. And I did it fucking arse about backwards kind of way. So it's a dead thing. Don't feel the pressure of it. It is shitty that we can't do that anymore, but there's honestly just way too many flute players for the amount of jobs. Orchestras are disappearing. It's a fucking shitty job at best. The best orchestras are disappearing. This person, I think, is in the UK as well. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's fucked. It's fucked at the idea of getting a job. First bit of advice, if you're in the UK, leave the UK. Get the fuck out of there. Go to Germany. Go to France. Go to Italy. Do something else. Get out of that country. But how to become more well-known? The good news is the game has changed. The market has changed. I did an episode on this about Esther Abami, the French violin player, because you can make such an amazing career for yourself these days by cutting out the middleman. And it's got us back to what is the core of an artist and why we create art is we have something to say and something to express. Number one, you should be doing that. That's hard to do at music college. It's not really brought into you about how to be yourself as an artist. What are you trying to express? What are you trying to do? What is your thing? Why are you unique? And you're unique because you're a human being. And every human being has intrinsic uniqueness to them, intrinsic value. But you're not told that. So first of all, tap into that and start becoming your own musician. Then work out how do you express that. Okay, so find a way to do that. Be it making stupid videos online. It might be another type of music, which is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, that they're going to have to dumb themselves down and go to other music. It's fucking class. I've done it. It's amazing. Playing other kinds of music has been the best thing I've done in my life because I approach classical music much better now. But it's something worth doing. And then look for your audience. That's it. Look at it in a much more simple terms, okay? You are an artist, and that's a great thing. You get to go and create art. Go and create the art that you want to create. If you really are fucking passionate about playing the César Franck or the Prokofiev Sonata on flute, you fucking do it. Go and do it yourself. Go and find a piano player and go and record a video of it. Go find a photographer or videographer. Find one of your mates who's doing video editing and say, I want to do a project together. We're all that age. We're trying to get our portfolios going. Let's do something together and go and make it. Don't listen to anybody else. Go and create your art. That is it. Becoming well known is a byproduct of the work you do. If you work to become well known or to make contacts or to get more gigs, it's not going to work. Be a good artist, first of all, and then go. If you really want to commit to doing the freelance thing with orchestras and getting in that scene, number one thing, be nice. Be pleasant. Okay? I cannot tell you how many times people get to play in orchestras because they're not that good. And you've heard them. You probably went to concerts about who the fuck's playing second flute there. They're dog shit. But the section picks them because they're fun. They're easy going. They go for a pint afterwards. I have heard this phrase quite a lot recently, and it's made me think about music quite a lot. Is everyone wants to be a villager. No, everyone wants to live in a village, but no one wants to be a villager. Honestly, if you want to play with orchestras, you need to be friends with the players there. You need to go for pints with them. If they like drinking, you need to go and have a couple of pints with them. Doesn't mean you need a drink, but you need to be out there with your Diet Cokes, getting stuck into the conversation. If they like football, get down to the fucking football with them. Play the game. Be friends with these people. Make them think, I want to hire this person because they're good fun. And afterwards, I can have a pint with them. We can have a bit of crack, or we can do something. Okay, that is the reality of the game. There's too many players out there that are exactly the same fucking level. Getting things on merit doesn't really exist anymore. I'm sorry. So go out and socialize. Make the effort. People don't do this anymore either, apparently, but you should be going to the artist entrance after orchestra gigs and going and meeting the flute players and saying, hey, you played fucking class. You're amazing. Can I get a picture with you? Nobody doesn't want to hear that. Everyone's flattered. And it will do your career the world of good. So if you're really committed to doing that traditional orchestral chamber music route, start being nice to people. Start finding the people you want to find. Go and meet them. Go and find ways to meet them. Meet them after concerts. Send them emails. Fucking go and like a couple of their Instagram stories. Send them messages all the time. Being nice to them. Ask them questions. Get to know them. That's where you get your contacts. But don't worry about being well known. It's not all it's cracked up to be. And it shouldn't be a goal of yours. I think what's more important is be the artist you want to be, because there is finally a market for that. You can go and create it, people will take it. And if they don't, worst case scenario is you've created something that you're proud of and you give it a good fucking lash, it will open up another door. Don't view it as failure. Failure is so essential to the artistic process. It is. You need to fail. You need to fuck up. All the things I fucked up in my life, I've been brave enough to fuck them up, especially artistically. That's the reason why I've got everything I've got now. Because some other door opened where I went, oh, fuck, I'll take a walk down there and see what happens. And it's all came full circle. I'm playing with orchestras again, which I always wanted to do. It's not all it's cracked up to be either. But there you are. Go and take some artistic risks. Find what you want to say as an artist. Go and fucking do it. Good luck to you. What do we have next? What is your favorite practice strategy for technical passages of all time? What does your daily fundamental practice look like? I don't have favorite practice strategies. I mean, I view practice as I build up a toolbox, and I look at a technical passage and go, fuck, I'm going to need my hammer for that one, or I'm going to need my lock picker. I'm going to need my winkle pickers. You're going to need something, and it's building up that toolbox. So I don't have a favorite one. The one I like the most is the one that works for that particular one. It's never a one size fits all. It's building up. I mean, okay, if you really want an answer, I'd probably go for the cross rhythms. Although I am a huge fan of treating fast music as if it's slow music and playing it that way. So taking a technical passage and slowing it down to the point where you're trying to play it as if it's a beautiful aria. So I shouldn't really be playing here. But if I was like, okay, opening section of the E-bar concerto, okay, famously fucking difficult, okay? If I was playing the opening section of the E-bar concerto and I really wanted to practice it, before I start thinking about bringing it up in tempo, I'll play the opening phrase as if it's a fucking love song. And I'll just enjoy that. And that's a great workout for me. That's not the notes, but you know what I mean. That's the approach I take to it. And I do that for days because I get to know the piece. It's like taking it out on a date. It's like whining and dining it. And you go, here, what have you got going on down there? What's going around there? Give me a bit of that. You get to know it. You get to feel it up. You get to buy it a drink. Go and give it a bit of love instead of just going, fuck, these are the notes. I have to get them up to the speed. No, it's music, man. Play it like fucking music. So actually, I do have a favorite. There you are. It is to take technical passages and play them as if they're love songs for days until I feel like I know them inside out. Until I feel like we're ready to go steady. I'm going to put a ring on it. I'm saying, I know everything I need to know about you. I'm ready to do it. And then they'll rock my world. Do you have a favorite flute choir piece / arrangement? Honestly, I'm assuming this came from an American or an English person. All your arrangements are shit. I will tell you that. The best arrangements for flute choirs ever by a country mile are the ones done by people in Northern Ireland for flute bands. They are fucking incredible because the flute band scene is unbelievable. It kicks the whole out of any flute choir I've ever seen. The playing level is way superior. The arrangements are way more technical and way more challenging and braver. So flute bands in Northern Ireland, I did an episode on this earlier, but the silver bands, the ones that play orchestral flutes, I'm talking of the likes of Ballygowan flute band, Ballyclare Victoria flute band, trying to think of the other. Ballylone are a very good band as well. Go check these guys out and see what they're doing, because the instrumentation will be contrabass flutes, sometimes a contralto, C bass, alto, third concert flute, second concert flute, first concert flute, solo concert flutes. These are all your C flutes. Then we have an instrument called the G treble, which is a beautiful flute just between piccolo and concert flute. You have second, first, and solo G treble parts, and then a piccolo part at the top. And also within the alto parts, you have a solo first and second, C bass. It's a beautiful way to arrange. It's so much more rich and orchestral, and there's challenging shit in it. So the best ones to check out, I don't even know if you can find these online, but go and find arrangements by Mark Douglas. Mark does amazing arrangements. Or, honestly, my uncle, Glenn Houston, has done some brilliant arrangements. Or Brian Houston, my grandfather, obviously done many. Or the Flemings. So Colin Fleming or Artie Fleming have done amazing arrangements. Mark is probably the most well-known for the flute band arrangements. Go check them out. I'd say my favourite would be one of the probably the Von Suppe Overture. Oh, what do you call it? One of the Von Suppe ones. It's brilliant. I love it. Or great one of William Tell, The Silken Ladder, Thieving Magpie. Brilliant ones. Flute band ones in Northern Ireland. Go check them out. You're missing out so fucking much by listening to these shit, slow, boring arrangements of fucking hymns and shit that you do in America. This is like high level technical playing, stuff to get you on your fucking seat, to get you wet, man. Go check that out. Some questions I've been having. Favorite piece of yours? I just love to hear about repertoire and ideally some classics and contemporary pieces. My favorite piece ever, it's important. It's hard to say, man. It is hard to say. It's always been hard to say. I think if I really, really, really had to go for it, if I was going for a classic piece, honestly, the second movement of the Poulenc Sonata is incredible. That is the most heartbreaking piece ever written for flute. It is perfect in every way. The Cantilène is perfect. I think the Bach partita does not get enough love as it should, especially the first movement, as an actual piece of music instead of a technical exercise. It is absolutely stunning music. Stunning. If I was going for concertos, I love La Notte de Vivaldi. I love that concerto. Vivaldi concertos are amazing in general. Contemporary, there's a couple. I played an amazing one, and I can't remember the fucking name of it now. By Robert something with E. The name's on the tip of my tongue there. Robert. Fuck. Or here. I got one. My favorite contemporary piece of music for the flute. Contemporary in time, not contemporary in style maybe, is the Dalbavie flute concerto. Marc-André Dalbavie. Best concerto going in recent years. Or Dreamtimes by Philippe Basson. But I'll go with Dalbavie. There's a version of Magali playing it. Fucking incredible. Dalbavie concerto. There you are. Pieces you hate. Chaminade. Dog shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. And I know I meant to like it because it's written by a woman. And we don't have many things written by women. But it is shit. It's badly written. It's cheesy. Maybe I've just got fucking PTSD from it. I hate it. I've always hated it. This piece of wank. Although sometimes I love it. This is a love favorite. When I teach it, I love it. But I love everything that I teach because I get to teach or I get to play. But if I'm listening, I would never go to a concert with Chaminade. What else? Oh, all that shit, the Rudder Sweet Antique, dog shit, the Goddard, fuck, piss, absolute piss. All that like overly sentimental stuff, or the really fucking quirky shite English stuff. A lot of the English compositions are fucking dog shit, man. English composers write like shit. I generally tend to stick to the French ones. Or even the Germans are not bad. Chaminade is the one I hate the most. Are there any American flute player sounds you like? No. What are your favorite exercises to keep up fundamentals? Oh, man. Fundamentals, harmonics. But I'm the biggest fan of just taking a fucking piece and making it an exercise. Just do it, okay? You just do anything. Just pick up a fucking tune and turn it into an exercise. Treat it like an exercise. Be critical about it. Play it fucking faster if you wanted to. Just do anything. Absolutely anything. It does not matter. It's better to be critically aware of, the Harry Potter theme tune and analyze it and analyze your intonation and your intervals and your pitch because you love it, as opposed to blindly fucking shooting through a Lorenzo study or a Garibaldi study. So, biggest thing, make your own fucking exercises. There's no such fundamentals, man. Just play the fucking notes, all right? I don't mean that in the passive-aggressive way, but fundamentals, like the flute is fundamental. For me, it's all fundamentals. Just play. Just fucking play. Treat everything with that attitude. Or if I really have to, I'll play a lot of Irish music to warm up and to play because it activates my creativity and my soul, which is important. Can you explain? Probably not. Whatever you're about to say, probably not. Can you explain Irish flute hand articulation? Ooh, good question. It's a sound that I heard before without realising what I was hearing and just learned about it this summer. I'm currently having the confused and amazed experience of discovering something old but new to me. Do you ever use it? Does it work on a keyed flute? First of all, fair fucking play to you. I love hearing these stories, man. I love people who are committed to learning these things and keep that curiosity, that playful, childish curiosity. It's great. I'd love to hear that. Irish flute hand articulation. I'm assuming you mean... So essentially what we do in Irish flute, and again, I'm not an expert in this by any extent, but I'm getting to dip my toes into it in the last few years. we don't use a lot of tongue. It's not something we use as much as we do in classical playing. So what we will do is, if you have repeated notes, for example, you will use some kind of ornamentation to separate them as opposed to using the tongue. So, I don't know, if I play the start of one of the fucking jigs, the Mountain Road or something, the first few notes are... Okay? There's 2 A's in there. The classical part of me wants to do that. Articulate it. But in classical music, it would be... We would use an ornamentation to do that. So that's the basic idea of it. Now, a lot of it is inspired by pipers, because pipers don't have the tongue, especially uilleann pipes, which are more popular in Ireland than the bagpipes. So the uilleann pipes, we don't use the tongue. It's all down here under your oxters. So yeah, a lot of it comes from there, where they use fingers to articulate. There's fucking millions of them, man. There's millions of them. There's the cut that comes from above, and that can be done on different notes. There's a roll. Okay, so right, really basic introduction to articulation on the Irish flute or in Irish music. You can come from above, so I was playing G, you can do... You can also do it with other fingers. Okay, or you can come from below. Different notes again. There's a thing called a roll, which is a mixture of both, so up and down. If I slow it down, that's what it is. Dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. What else? There's a cran. More common with low D, where it's like a roll, but because you can't go any lower on an Irish flute, you do F. I'll show you. So that's the idea. So you go from D, quickly to F sharp to D, and then F natural to D. Normally the roll would be... But in the Irish flute, you can't go down to a bottom C sharp. So that's the solution to it. It's an amazing thing. There's only one player who I've heard do it really well on the Boehm silver flute, and that is Philippe Barnes. He's been on this podcast. I wish people give more of a fuck about that episode, because I cannot tell you how incredibly good Philippe is. He makes the modern flute sound like an Irish flute, and he's English. It's fucking incredible. And he's wrote a book, How to Play Irish Music on the Silver Flute. It's available for PDF download on his website. It's like fucking 10 quid or something. It's the Bible of this. If you want to learn how to play your Boehm flute, your modern Boehm classical flute like an Irish flute, download Philippe's book or listen to the podcast with him. He was on Inline G. A couple of other questions here. What have we got? So, in Zoe Sorrell's podcast interview with Leanna Keith from last summer, Leanna describes reacting to being told to play prettier music, to make pretty sounds with disdain, and responding, "I'll show you." Leanna's composing and improvising with a wide variety of sounds shows how much the instrument is capable of and how much more than pretty sounds Leanna is capable of. Do you have any "I'll show you" responses or stories to share? Do you have any favourite sounds that might not be considered pretty? I haven't seen that podcast, but I know what you're talking about. Zoe Sorrell is fucking class, by the way. These are the people that are, man, changing the flute game out there. I think she bought a cap off me as well. Great woman. Look great in the cap as well. Can I say that? No, I won't say what I'm going to say. Sorry, Zoe. If you're listening, I'm sorry. I was going to tell a story there, but I'm going to leave that one. Anyway, things are not considered pretty. Do you know, I know what you're talking about, that kind of style. I think a lot of people can understand that we can do so much more on the flute than what the classical world is telling us, and that is true. Irish music, for a start, the fucking hard Ds are class, man. That comes from Matt Malloy's playing, where every time you play a low D, you really fucking blow the hole off it. I can't do it now. Every time you play low D, you blow the arse off it, and it has to crack nearly. That's class. That's not pretty. But that's it's a very small example. Do you know what my big example of that is? Is I, for a long time, lost my identity of what I wanted to do in the flute, because the way I wanted to play classical music was not the way I was being told to play them. I.e., I wanted vibrato. I wanted loads of it. I wanted a rich, creamy, heavy sound that is pure fucking 1970s. I love playing with that sound. That's who I am. And big, wide, juicy, sexy vibrato. You could slap its arse. Love it. Gets me out of bed in the morning. And we don't do that anymore. That's not considered stylistically appropriate anymore these days. It will come back. Mark my fucking words. That kind of flute playing, the James Galway, even William Bennett to an extent, Robert Wynne certainly, these kind of players who played with these big, juicy, fat sounds, fat with a PH, that's coming back. And I love that. So that's probably my version of that is I've stopped playing with a light sound, and the orchestra I'm playing with at the minute, I'm playing Mahler 1, and there's a lovely solo in the first movement. I was playing it last night, and my temptation back in the day would have been to play, really light and gentle. And that is very pretty, but the conductor has said I can enjoy myself a little bit more because it's my solo. So I do prefer giving the... and getting that big... And that's not too extreme, but in that context, it is quite extreme to play with that vibrato. I fucking love it. It's not considered pretty anymore these days, so that's maybe my answer to it. Not as extreme as you're looking for, probably, but it's all I've got for you. There was a great question in here about a house party. Ah, yeah. Oh, I really like hearing your stories of being in a flute band, playing folk music when you were younger. I think the opportunities to get together with friends and jam, make music is such a delight. Anecdotal statement warning, I don't have data to back up the following statement, but in the USA, many teens have the opportunity to pick up a guitar, go to a mainstream music shop and take lessons, learn some Weezer songs, go to a coffee shop, open mic, and meet people and jam and put little groups together. This is part of why the guitar world is so much bigger than the flute world, but it's really hard. It requires a lot of creativity and initiative for flutists to put groups together and find the camaraderie, mutual encouragement, group learning, and the delight that you talk about from playing in a flute band, unless you play gospel music or straight ahead jazz. What can we do to pave the way for more flutists to start their own little groups? I want a future where I can go to more shows and hear more flutes. Thank you for that, by the way. One thing we have to understand as musicians is, if you're studying music, or if you're a music teacher, for the love of God, please remember, if you're teaching your students, if they're not going to be professionals, you should be teaching them to be audience members. They should love music and they should be paying for it and contributing to the musical economy. If you fucking traumatize them, you're killing us all. That is the only chance you get to show people how great classical music is when you've got them with their brains and you're being paid to show them how great it is. Don't fuck it up. So I'm glad that you want to go watch these things and enjoy them. That's the first step. How do we do more of this? Do you know what? How do I phrase this in a way? Because in Northern Ireland, flutes are everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. It's so ingrained in our culture. It's part of the jokes. There's a lot of it. And flute bands are very common. For political reasons, they're dying out a little bit. And I've talked about that in the podcast, but it is amazing what they do. People want to play together. I think we have to understand this. You need to just start doing the thing of going out and asking people to play with you. Play music. I mean, don't make it weird. But that is this idea of going to a jam session. Yes, the context is there for the person already, but they still have to go. And they still have to make a dick of themselves and say, can I get up and play this? I've been in some fucking terrible open mic nights where I was like, man, take that guitar off him. Someone call his mummy. He needs to go home. That's fucking terrible. But I've always thought, fair play to for getting up and doing it. We wouldn't do that in the classical music world, and we should. We need to get over this, lads. We need to get over not wanting to perform for people and just play and go and do things. So, you want to say about how to start your own little groups here. It's as easy as this. I've started a brand new chamber group recently, and I was shocked at how easy it was because I was actually asked to join by someone. I was doing a concert with someone at the same time, a piano player. We were on the same concert, and we were walking back to the train station afterwards, and she was like, have you ever played the back flute sonatas? I was like, you kidding me? There's a pub shit in the woods. And she's like, I would love to play them. I was like, great, what are you doing tomorrow? And she went, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, fuck, it's a bit early. And she went, no, here, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, are you free? I was like, I've got an hour. Went around, played. There you are, we've got a chamber group. And I was like, man, that's how easy it is. Why was I making such a fucking big deal about this in my head all these years? When you just go up to someone and say, excuse me, your class, I like you. I want to play some music with you. Can we go play a tune together? That's it. Don't put pressure on it. Don't say we're going to start a chamber group. We're going to do this. Just say, do you want to play a couple of tunes together one time on a Saturday and just do it? Because everyone likes playing music with other people. But again, this brings me back to my earlier point. Be the person that people want to hang about with. Make the effort. Invite people to your house. Buy them coffee. Go for drinks. Make it a fun day. Make it something. We're all busy, man. We're all so fucking tired and burnt out, and the world's burning, and Donald Trump's a wanker. It's such an exhausting time to be alive. So we want our weekends to be fun. And if you can make playing with other people a fun thing at any level, do it. Playing duets is one of the best things you'll ever do. Find another flute player and say, hey, I bought a duet book. Do you want to come around on Saturday? I'll make us a couple of cocktails and we'll play through them. Fucking heaven. Do that. You will not believe what it does for your career. I will talk about this more in depth on Saturday's workshop with the Flute Nerd, but a lot of what I've achieved in the last year and a half has been because I went for pints with someone. I went for drinks and we played duets one night while they made tortillas for me. And we got chatting and my career sort of turned around from there. And because of the podcast, but that was a big moment. Just do it. The camaraderie comes because you're being a nice person. Go and just fucking ask anybody. And you don't need, find the music for it. You know, if you have a friend who plays the fucking mandolin, say, here, come around to my house and we'll Google flute and mandolin music. We'll see if we get cracking here. Do anything. But just go and don't be afraid to interact with people. By the way, there's nothing better than live music, even if it's shit. There's nothing better. Live music is class. It is. I've been to a lot of gigs recently. I've played a lot of gigs recently. And every time I'm sitting there going, this is fucking great. If you could bottle the serotonin you get off a live music gig, fuck, you'd make a fortune. It doesn't matter what level it is. Being there in the room is class. So just go and talk to someone and say, hey, do you want to do it? Just do it. There you are. Don't worry about Facebook groups and all this shit and all that wanking about. Just find someone. If you know someone in your circle, do it. If not, get the word about your circle. Just say to people when you're next in the bar with them or you're next having a coffee, say, I'd love to play some music with someone. You never know. You never know. My band here in Cologne, my Irish band, the lead singer started because I was talking to a lad in the pub and I said, I might start an Irish band. And he said, my neighbour plays guitar. I got in touch with him and the guy went, I have no desire to play Irish music whatsoever, but I have a student that might. And it was Luca, one of the best guitar players in fucking Cologne. That's how it happens. Just start doing it. I know that's not the most creative answer, but yeah, that's the way to do it. And there is one last question which I'd love to end with here. You're throwing a little house party with music and scheduling a 45-minute program of flute music with an infinite budget. This is a brilliant question. Who are you asking to come perform for you and your friends, and what do you hope they'll play? Now, this is the thing. If I had an unlimited budget and I was throwing a house party and I could have whatever flute music I wanted, my friends can go fuck themselves. They're not coming near it. I am booking my favourite flute players. I'm sitting down and watching them like a wee pervert. I'm going to be sitting there with a wee fucking newspaper, 2 eye holes. I'm just going, I will have no shame in booking my favourite flute players just for myself to sit in the living room and listen to them. That would be class. My friends can go fuck themselves. I do not want to share the experience. My friends are fucking idiots. I love them to bits, but they're fucking idiots, most of them. But if I was bringing my friends around, the flute music I'd be getting would be to appeal to them. I'd be having a bit of crack. I'd be getting someone who can do some kind of drinking game. Maybe play the Harry Potter theme. Maybe blast out Sandstorm by Darude. Happy days. But if I was booking it for myself, which I would do, and I suppose what you're really asking here is, what's your dream flute concert? Which, there's only 2 flute players I really, 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 really adore listening to the point where I listen to them and I don't even listen to the flute anymore. I'm just like, that's just fucking great musicians. One's Jimmy. Jimmy Galway is incredible. And if I could get Jimmy in his heyday playing something for me, I'd be delighted. I get him to play The Swiss Shepherd by Morlacki. It's a dog shit piece of music, but it's brilliant. And he plays it brilliantly. So I get him to play that. I get him to play Danny Boy for me, even though it's shite. It's not shite, it's a beautiful tune, but in the context of things. And I get him to play the César Funk Sonata, because nobody plays it as well as he does, violinist included. And the other person I would get in for that program then is obviously Magali Monnier. And I would get her to play... Oh, do you know what I get her to play? The best thing she's ever recorded was the Ravel Pavane pour une enfant défunte. It's on her first album, Fantasy. That Ravel piece, her playing that, even on solo flute, I'd melt. I melt. There's a video of her somewhere on the internet playing that Poulenc piece, Joue à la flûte Bertin or something. I've never actually heard of it until I saw that video, which became very popular. I get her to play that too. Get her to play nice French music. And I would just sit and melt. Yeah, that'd be it. I'm not that fussed on the rep. I'm more fussed on the player. The right player, I could listen to them fucking... They could sit there and just play the phone book to me. I'd be delighted. But that's an excellent question. If it's for my mates, they can go fuck themselves. We'll be booking Westlife instead. Lads, that's it. Fucking hell. 42 minutes. Jesus Christ. How you doing? How do you listen to this? It's been fun, hasn't it? Like the old days. Now, next week Inline G is going to see a lot of changes. We've got new backdrop coming. We've got new theme music. A couple of other things are happening. I'm not going to lie to you, lads. My heart's been in it, but I haven't had the time to invest that I want to in Inline G for the last sort of month or two. I've been coasting by a little bit and just keep my head above water. But I'm back. I'm motivated. And I've got some new ideas. So we're going to get stuck in next week. So I can't wait for that, lads. And yeah, that's it. Fuck yes, I'm ready to drink at the end of this gin. Let me know if you have any other questions, if you enjoyed this episode, what you want to see on Inline G. There's a couple of heavy hitting episodes coming up soon. So enjoy this one when you've got it, because it's not going to be that fun anymore. I love yous. As it always is every week, it's a pleasure to present this for yous. It's fucking class. Up yous. Upper Republic. Upper.